Hello, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a very, very good day or week. It's been a while, isn't it? Now, have you ever had the glorious opportunity of actually winning a talent contest? I am not that way inclined. I don't have that sort of a talent. But I had the opportunity of going to see the David Days talent contest here in Weymouth and Portland. And I have the opportunity to speak to the winner today. It's going to be Grace Dickinson. And she is very, very talented. Watch this space.
Darling, don't worry about what they said. Don't let it get up into your head.
Well, I am very excited because I am joined in the studio today by Grace Dickinson. Hi, Grace.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm fantastic. So, Grace, you took part in the David Days talent contest, right?
Yes I did.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that with you today because you were the winner.
Yes, I was.
Out of everybody, she won the contest and you're very talented. I was impressed when I heard some of the songs. I also saw you at the contest as well, and you just almost naturally talented at singing.
Thank you so much.
You've been so excited. It's been great having you in.
Thank you.
She's like, I'm all excited being here. It's fantastic.
So good.
So you took part in the David Days talent contest.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Okay, so I first did it last year and I got into the final, and then very deservedly Kennedy Coombs, he beat me. So I was like, you know what, we'll try again. So I came back the second time, got into the final, and there were so many good people there. Like,
really?
It was unreal. Like, all the talent was so good, and to have won, it was crazy. I didn't even know what to feel. I was like, should I shake? Should I scream? Should I cry? It was unreal. So yeah, that's what happened.
You said there was quite a bit of competition. Who were you like, oh wow, they're like really talented? Or?
Yeah, there was a girl called Asher, and she was 12, and she wrote a song for her brother, and it was really tugged at the heartstrings. It was such a great song, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's so talented for 12. Like, it was unreal.
So they had like a whole variety of groups and stuff.
They had like an opera singer as well, and like some duets. It was great.
So it's a whole variety of stuff.
Yeah, a massive genre of music.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you said this was the second time that you've entered.
Yes.
So kind of, what did you learn from the first time doing it to the current one?
I think the first time, when I left, I thought I'd given it my all, but then I thought I could like perform more, and like, because even though I was singing the songs, I could just like give it my all and be more emotional with it. And then the second time I went, I just gave it my all and just performed so much better, and I think that's what helped me along.
Nice. Yeah. I like it. So you sort of saw a little bit of progression along as well.
Yeah.
So you saw it again, thought, oh, that one again.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Did you ever think that you would win it?
Honestly, I was hoping, obviously, but when we were sat and they were like, and the winner is, I was like, okay, if I don't win, if I don't win, it's gonna be fine. Like, I got this far, so it's fine. But when they said Grace, I was just like, oh my gosh. And I was so proud of myself, not just to have won, but to have beat everyone else in the room, because they were all so talented. So it was, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, not quite, you give it as much as you can. You know that, you have the potential to win.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of great talent there as well.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations for winning.
Thank you.
So what do you win? You win...
yeah, you win, obviously, this opportunity to be on the radio. And then you also get a paid performance in the place where the talent competition was held.
So the Three Chimneys.
Yeah, the Three Chimneys. You get a paid performance there. You also get a meal for 4 there.
Oh, very nice.
And you get recording studio time with David. So yeah, it's brilliant.
Great. Mm-hmm. So you actually mentioned you've had a little bit of experience in a recording studio before.
Yeah, all the songs that will be played today were recorded in a place called River Studios that I got offered through a competition called Teen Star, and that was obviously such a great opportunity because it was just so professional and it really boosted everything. So yeah.
Great, and so you get to go back into the studio with Dave next.
Yes, it's going to be so exciting. I'm really excited.
You've already mentioned to me off air, but you can mention it again, that you've already got so many more songs that you're ready to record. So Dave's going to be very busy.
Yes, very. I have so many songs. Just dump them all on him and be like, here you go.
I like it.
Yeah.
One thing I also thought, because I had the opportunity of going to one or two of the nights of the talent contest, was just the atmosphere. It's sort of really, really lovely because you've got such a variety of age groups, variety of people.
Yes.
Well, how did you find it, sort of, when you were performing?
Yeah, definitely, because I always get so nervous, and I remember the moment I stepped up to the microphone, everything just went silent, and I was like, okay. But it was the fact that everyone was so respecting, and they didn't like talk through the performance or anything, and everyone just was there really listening to everyone, even if they weren't their favourite, they would sit and listen, and it was such a great atmosphere because you just felt so, and the round of applause was amazing, because I always love a bit of round of applause when you finish your song and everyone's like, yeah, and it's so great to just have everyone to be so respecting and so I don't know what the word is, just like supportive, and everyone just, it was just great.
That's fantastic. So, you know, I know when the talent show started, you know, they could have anybody of any really ability.
Yes.
And you don't have to be scared because it's literally, there is such a supportive environment.
Literally, yeah.
And like you said, it's always nice to have some around.
Yeah, definitely.
So how do you battle with the nerves then when you have to do a contest like this?
Normally, I don't think the nerves ever go away, but I think first song is always... Well, what I've learned is the first song you normally do the song you're most comfortable with, because sometimes I can be a bit shaky and a little bit nervous, but then as you get into it, like I know with me at least, like I just love it, and it's just so great when you start really getting into it and you start really feeling the music and everyone is just so supportive around you. It just gets so much easier to perform, and like the nerves kind of go away, you just forget about everything but the song. So yeah.
I like it. That's some good tips there as well. If you ever do a talent contest, start with the one you're most confident with. I like it. What songs did you do in your set?
I did 3 songs. I did Go Away, which was just played. I did A Part of Me and All Good. Okay. So for the one where, is it the semi-final, before you go into the final, I did All Good wasn't finished then, so I did A Part of Me, Go Away, and a cover of Freya Riding's Lost Without You. And then for the final, I added on All Good, and it was the first time I performed it live. So
really,
yeah. So I was really nervous, but it was so great. So yeah.
Wow, it's really inspiring to think that you actually used your own material as well, because I think it's very tempting to kind of sing a cover all the time. What kind of made you confident that your own stuff was going to be strong enough?
I guess I have so many supportive like friends and family. They always just, like my dad or my mum or any of my friends will tell me if it's not good. Yeah. They'll be like, oh, maybe it could improve, but if they say it's good, I believe them. So it makes performing it a lot more comfortable, because I don't really, like, if it's a good song to me and a good song to my friends and my family, then obviously it matters what other people think, but I'm confident enough to perform it, so yeah. And
that's really nice as well, that you have got the support around you. You've got people that you can like bounce ideas off of,
definitely.
Show stuff to, and then kind of just get the feedback and work off of it.
Yeah.
Because I think especially for an artist, being able to have those kind of people that you can just kind of vet things through helps to kind of move your creative process along as well.
Yeah.
Can I just say, when Grace turned up, because you're 14, right?
Yeah.
So it's 14 and she's done music like this. It's impressive.
Thank you.
You sort of came in and your dad had to drive you from like Christchurch almost?
Yeah.
The dedication is impressive. Big shout out to your dad.
Yeah, he drives me everywhere. He's like, Grace, you have a competition, you have a performance tomorrow, and I'm like, okay, and he's like, I'll drive you there, and he drives me everywhere. He's like my personal chauffeur.
So what's your dad's name?
David.
Big shout out to David.
Yeah.
Yes. And you brought some friends with you as well?
Yeah, I've got Emily and Sophie with me.
So you've got a little entourage?
Yes, I have.
Doing it large here in 107.2. So tell me a little bit more about how you got into sort of singing and songwriting. When did you kind of discover that actually this was something you really enjoyed doing?
I think I started, like, when I started singing, it must have been about like 5, and I remember my dad always used to sing me lullabies, so I think I had a bit of musical stuff. And yeah, I started, you have to ask my dad more about that because I really don't know, but I remember when I started to really think, oh wow, I really might want to do this my whole life, was when I was about 10, and I started singing at like birthday parties, like with my close friends and family. And I remember I always used to sing, what song was it? To Make You Feel My Love by Adele. And
really?
I always used to sing that, and my dad's got videos of me like this tall singing it into the microphone. I'm like standing up to it, and all of that. So that's when I really started.
Wow, because Adele's hard to sing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive that you started with that sort of song when you were younger. So you sort of started off with like covers and like singing other people. So when did you start songwriting? Because that's a whole skill in itself.
Yeah, I started songwriting because when I went for the showcase to see if they wanted me to record at River Studios, they said to me, like, songwriting's where the money is. If you want to have a career in music, you need to songwrite. So I was like, okay. So I went home that night and I couldn't really, because I'd never tried to before, so I couldn't really get through my brain. But then my mum got me a book, and it was like a songwriting rhymers dictionary or something, and then I started writing Go Away, and I was like, I'm pretty good. And then I recorded that song, and then I thought, well, maybe I can songwrite, and then they just started coming and coming and coming. So yeah.
Oh, so like the floodgates opened.
Yeah, and then they all just came through.
That's amazing. So yeah, I can't. It's not something I could say comes naturally. It's not something you just start doing. I don't think songwriting is just like it clicks and then you got it. No, it's almost like you had to kind of learn a little bit, but then when you understood it, it just kind of happened.
Yeah, because it wasn't immediately like, I remember thinking, okay, I've got this in the bag, and I came home that night and I was like, well, what do I write about then? Like, what can I do? And
how do you put lyrics together?
Yeah, like, how do you make them rhyme? And it was, I think, 2 weeks after I'd seen the person who told me about songwriting, and then it just popped into my head, and I just started to songwrite. So yeah.
So what types of things do you write about? Is it like?
Yeah, I normally write about love, because it's just, I've never been in love, but I've seen enough movies and listened to enough songs to know about heartbreak. So I do normally write about love, and not just like love songs, but the complications of love as well. But I also do sing about personal experience and about how people will try and knock you down, but you just need to get straight back up.
So what artists inspire you with your music writing?
Yeah, I definitely always looked up to Julia Michaels. She's always been one of my favourite like artists, and I remember when I first saw her in concert, my heart dropped. I was like, oh my gosh. And she was only a supporting act for Noel Horan, so she did like a half an hour set and then she went off. I was like, no. But yeah, definitely her. And then a girl I only found out about recently, like I heard her song in a YouTube video, and her name's Ivy Adara, and she was on Australia's Idol or something, and she is so good, and like her whole EP introduction is just amazing. And I think a lot of my songs I like to sound similar because they're so like summery and something you can just dance to and something you can just feel better about. And even though they're a band, Queen, I mean, come on. I just love them so much. I've literally always loved Queen, and I think when I went to watch Bohemian Rhapsody like last year, I just fell even more in love, if that was even possible. And I remember it was about like 2 years ago, and I thought, wow, it would be so nice to just be up on a stage and people be like singing along so much you can't even hear yourself sing. It must be amazing. And then when I watched Bohemian Rhapsody, I watched a YouTube video of like 60,000 people were just singing Bohemian Rhapsody, and Queen weren't even there. It was like 2 years ago, and they just played Bohemian Rhapsody on the speakers and everyone just started singing along. And I thought, how amazing would that be if that was my song? And that kind of made me more determined to make it, because I always thought about, I don't know why, but always thought about Tokyo, like being on a stage in Tokyo and everyone just screaming my song. So yeah, that's what kind of made me want to just push it.
I like it, and it's such an eclectic mix of inspiration, I think especially Queen, they're so theatrical and they have such a variety of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So they have so much, and I think definitely all their songs are so inspirational, and it just makes you want to just get up and just dance and just go out on like a massive road trip or something, just listen to all their songs.
Definitely. Yeah, I like it. So many different sources that kind of inspired your songs.
Yeah, definitely.
What sort of genre would you say your music is?
I'd say it's pop. like more pop. I sometimes, like, a part of me has a little bit of a country vibe in it, but I've always liked country, but I think pop's always been the main one to kind of make my music about. So yeah.
It's funny because when I hear some of your songs, it does remind me of other people. You know,
Yeah.
there's a singer in Bristol called Lauren Aquila who is very, you know, she's got that very soulful kind of voice to her,
Yeah.
and everything kind of has a meaning behind it, and you can kind of feel that in the song. And
Yeah.
that's why it amazed me when I heard you were 14, because some of these songs you think, man, there's like a whole like meaning in there that you just get from the song. It's so good.
I do try.
So you've got like a whole load of things ready to go into the studio with Dave.
Yes, I have about 10 songs that obviously I won't be able to get them all done, but there's one song that I wrote the other day and it's called I'm Here, and it was just kind of just started writing and I was like, you know what, this is pretty good. So I always thought of it having like a guitar or a ukulele in the background, but just like very basic and just something that people could just be like, this is good. So yeah.
Awesome. So watch this space, there might be more to come.
Yes, I will be. I'm waiting for enough songs to be put on an album, and then I probably will release an album.
That's awesome. Wow. Okay, so Dave, you got your work cut out.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So since you've done the talent contest then, what have you got coming up? Sounds like you've been quite busy, you've got a lot of stuff coming. Obviously you're going to be going into the studio with Dave, and you've got some live performances as well.
I have a performance at the Coach and Horses in Cadnam, and it's like a festival with two charities, which is Southampton doing it for the kids and Help for Homeless Veterans, and it's a full-on charity event, and I'll be performing from 2 in the afternoon till 3, and they have a huge variety. They have I think 14 like solo and bands, and it's just going to be so great. David Wood, who's the organiser of the thing, he's helped me with so many performances. Like, he's given me so many opportunities to perform, and he's just been a massive help, and it's so good to do it for a charity, because even when, like, it's so great to be able to do what you love for something that's making a good cause. And I think it's definitely something that helps me to be like, okay, maybe I am a good person. Because it's just amazing to get an opportunity to sing at such a big place, and it's going to be a massive festival with like bouncy castles and face painting for kids. It's like a whole family event, and it's so great to be doing it for such great charities, because Southampton doing it for the kids is all about helping disabled children to have the things they need to make their lives a little bit easier for them and their families. And then Help for Homeless Veterans, I think David Wood's already helped house 134 veterans on the south coast. So it's an amazing couple of charities, and all the proceeds will be split 50-50. So
Fantastic.
yeah, it's a great thing to be performing at.
It's great to think that you have a talent and then you're able to share that with others, and also kind of help other people through that as well.
It's amazing to be able to do that.
Awesome. Well, I wish you all the best with that.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Well, that's it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching, and a big thank you to Grace Dickinson for joining me in the studio today. Can you imagine how talented she is at only 14? I can't wait to see what she's going to get up to in the future. It's going to be so good. Well, that's it from me. I'll see you next time.
Act like nothing's wrong.